Yeah. Over here we're holding, not the middle, about 2, 4, 6, 8 lines from the top. Let's start from Tanya. My Shoktu, very top. The Tanya, we learned about if he had a claim that she wasn't a virgin, he'd come early to Bezdin on Thursday morning. So why not let her get married on Sunday? The Bezdin, he'd come Monday morning to Bezdin. That, the Brisa says, Shoktu Chacham al Takonos B'nos Yisrael. They were vigilant regarding to be beneficial to the B'nos Yisrael. What? And on the fourth day, he does the marriage. However, is the Brisa. But when it was a question of Sakona going forward, they would get married on Tuesday, not on Wednesday. Mishal Sakona. Yeah. What's Sakona Ve'elech? The Gemara will explain. Because they would have the Hegmon, the Gentile, he would have relations with her before. And women, the Jewish women, they give their lives because they wouldn't want to be defiled by the goy. The Chacham didn't protest it, even though originally it legislated Wednesday for the virgin, but because of Sakona, ubesheni lo yichnos. But on Monday they shouldn't get married. They will get married on Tuesday. The machbasa ones muter. But if it's because of an ones, it's permitted. The more will explain. But the chosin is not permitted to have relations Friday night. Why? If she's a virgin, they shows chabura, because when he penetrates the woman, he breaks the bsulim, right? And that's chabura. There's blood. It's creating a wound. My sakona. What is the sakona we're talking about? The amri b'sul nesas yom revi ti horeg. If they was the sakona, they said that if a b'sula gets married on Wednesday, she's going to be put to death. Nogu. L'gabri nakre. What do you mean? They conducted themselves. They should have actually annulled the legislation, right? They shouldn't have permitted anybody getting married. They assumed the custom. Instead of Wednesday, it's Thursday. It's Tuesday. What do you mean, nogu? It's custom. Chazal should have gone out openly and it said, under no circumstance permitted to get married on Wednesday. Omer Abda Amri B'sulin Nesas B'yom Revi. So he says, what's the sakona? They would say, the Goyim said that a woman who gets married on Wednesday, Tibor Lehegmon Tchilo, that she first has to have relations with what? With the Goyish governor. Hi sakona oinesu. Why is that a sakona? It's an onus. They didn't say you're not permitted. She's going to be defiled, but why is she a sakona? It's an onus. She's being raped. It's a rape. Mishum diikot snus, because you have women who are very refined and modest, and if they realize that this is what they're going to be subject to do, they mustn't have shayul l'katola. They'll fight and they'll be killed by the goy, not agreeable to be touched by him. Vasle sakona. So Maras religious ludonishari. They should tell them. They should lecture the women. Say, you know something? If you're raped, God forbid, you're not culpable. As though they won't give their lives, because they'll give their lives out of ignorance. But if they explain to them that it's a rape, so Maria says, "Ika prutzos, ika kohanis," because we have other issues. What about if you're a woman who's slightly immodest? She'll take this as an opportunity to be agreeable, to have relations. But if she's agreeable, what happens? She's a sota. She's a sota. Because you have prutzos, you have these flirtatious women. And what about a kohanis? A Kohen, if a woman's defiled, she can't go back to her husband, even if she's raped. So Mara says, V'la'akrei. So why don't they just say, one doesn't have to get married. Why was it Nogu? It was only the women, it was a custom to get married on Tuesday. They should have annulled it. They should have rescinded the original enactment. Gzeiro, V'la'akrei, Gzeiro avido de botlo. V'takon drabonon mikami gzeiro lo akrinon. He says, ultimately, the decree is going to pass. This thing about that a woman has to have a relation with the guy, after a period, it's going to pass. It'll stop. And the takana was before. So because it's going to pass, we're not going to rescind the takana, and because ultimately it's going to cease to be the gzeira. Therefore, it will continue. Somewhere says, "Ihochi b'shlishi nami osi boil." So now that he realizes, this governor, that women are not getting married on Wednesday, he'll come on Tuesday. So what are we accomplishing? You have the same sakona. More answers. The goy, he's not really sure. There were some women who got married on Wednesday. The majority were, but he wasn't sure. So he's not going to bother himself. He had plenty to have. He had more than he needed. So therefore, a suffix, he's not going to bother himself. Let's see Rashi. Tchilo, in Bir Rishona, he mafishno semeno leili Shabbos. If the first time he's going to cohabit with her is Friday night, we don't allow it, says the Brisa. Nagu, bitmiya sakonas lefoshesi. What do you mean they only conducted themselves though? Sakon, they're not permitted. But Amrit Nagu lichnus be'ushlishi avimiaker revi legamri loakri. They didn't uproot it. They didn't rescind Wednesday. So Mar says nakre. V'yiskru lo yom acherim. They should enact other days. Religious Samar says because the reason is because of the tznuos. The modest women, they'll give their lives. Mar says religious lu the onishori. They should tell him that what? That if it's a rape, it's permitted. The nevelas be'onis eina neser sabalo. A woman's raped, she's permitted to her husband. The alfino perak dalid v'hilo nitfoso says that if when is she what's it called adulteress? If she's not grabbed, she's not taken by the rapist. And if that's the case, they're not going to give their lives to die. So Mar says, Ika prutzos, because you have these flirtatious women, and what's going to happen? They'll be agreeable to have relations with the goy. They'll become prohibited to their husbands because they're adulterous. What about you have women or kohanis? They're married to a kohen. They become forbidden, they're defiled. She's not permitted. So Mary asks the question, if that's the case, since they could come to sakona, they should uproot it. On that the Gemara says, Gemara says, okay, because the fact that he said, because ultimately it's going to pass. Gemara says, but on Tuesday he's going to come. Kaven the Yodish is chil lino b'shlishim sveik lo akar nafshay. Kaven lo kavu gomor. Lokfi is gomor. Since they didn't enact Tuesday, Ayidei takona is bezdin. Sveiki, since it's a suffix. Lo im yesh nesuin hayom beir v'lo oka nafshay. So he doesn't bother. Uproot himself. Where is lovo beir? Okay. This is a famous Tosas here. Tosas discuss the concept of a goy committing adultery with a Jewish woman. Does that cause her to be an adulteress? Because maybe it's like a woman has relations with an animal. Is she an adulteress? No. So the question is, how do we look at the sexual act of a goy with a Jewish woman? Is that called an act of adultery, or it's not an act? It's a machlok. Rabbi Notam and the Rein Tosas. Versus in Megillah, when Esther went to Hashverosh, she said, "Kasha avorati." Like, I'm lost from my father's house, I'll be lost from my husband. So you see from the Hashverosh was a goy. So you see that a goy cohabiting with a woman where she's agreeable, she's an adulteress. That's the proof. But he says, okay, so the answer, it doesn't mean as an adulteress. Mean because since she won agreeable, she's not. It's not appropriate for Mordechai to take her back. Not because of her provision. The whole relationship is over. Okay, that's the way he learns. There's a meaning. So over here, Tosam of Toma, he quotes the ain't chayven misal bilos goy drachmon after lazar goy. Rabbeinu Tam holds it's like having a relation with an animal. Okay, I'll call Averos Yavo Yor Chutz Me Avodos Kochovim. V'tiritz Rabbeinu Tam Dein Chayovim. Yeah. Misal bilos goy drachmon after lazar the goy. Zimzer Maisi Rai for Hoeste Fahesio Havoy. Hoeste. So because the Rabbeinu Tam holds that the act of a goy is not considered an adulterous act, he ruled, what happened? A Jewish woman, she converted out. She converted out to become like a goy, and she had relations with a goy. Yeah, now the question is, now the goy converted, become a Jew. Yeah? So she permitted now to be with him. Because she's an adulteress. Rabbeinu Tam ruled she's permitted. Because when he had relations, what was he? He was a goy. And the act of a goy doesn't cause her to become an adulteress. So if that's the case, Rabbeinu Tam ruled based on his understanding that he's permitted to take her as a wife, as a Jew. It's like have a relation with an animal. So the Rivam says he disagrees. The Gemara says here, why can't we tell them that it's permitted? Because we're afraid of the adulterous women. They'll what? They'll do it baratzon, and they'll be adulteresses. But according to Rabbeinu Tam, what's the problem? If a Jewish woman cannot become an adulteress, even if she agrees to have relations with a goy, so what a problem? The Geprutzes perko ishish and salmo ishish and nechpesh ben over kochavim rin de baratzon asur lebaylo b'megilo kasher avarti avorti shaver avarti alma l'gabi baylo lo chashiva bilas goy kibias behemo. The Laboy of Avagav Dins Lus Behemo, Bain Bias, Bain Boselis, Oseres Karamina Perkaboy, Vimto, Bias Goy, Havibio, Kafkarachman, Lazar Hanimilin in Dain Lochayus. That we said we treat his act like the act of an animal that's only regarded, there's no pedigree. That if Goy has relations with a Jewish woman, the child doesn't identify with the Goy. But in terms of adultery, it's a sexual act, it's not an animal. He's a human being. Since the woman is considered is not participating, right? Of the Maisa, Krimshani Perak Ben Sora Morid, Es the Karka Olamoiso, Vodlo Porchosam Gilarayas, Pshitla Dika Dishnui Karka Olami, Vain Lo Limser Atzma. Therefore, if she's passive rather than active, Avolini Chila Shem Lo Yinirlo, she Ola Tam Karka Olam, Shani Karka Olam Hoisam, Shem Leko. Mitzvah Salitza, Porach. Now we're talking about Yisro's granddaughter, Gabi Yoel, right? With Sisra. She's the one who put the spike through his V'hoka Masanyo, Me'avero. Mores, she's benefiting from the Avera, right? Ubishani, so Vasham Risham Roy, Eitzel Tzadik, Hitel Bozuma, V'lo Mishani Karka Olam, Hoysa Mishum, Oslo Porach Abai, Lo Bosher Nafsho. Do Lo Hoya Rotza, L'hamisa. He never wanted to kill her. Sisra never wanted to kill. Hoyo tzorach shitshmereu hochbir shem chomesanyu me'aver loma mishabcha kosem minoshim beolt kavorach gedol aver lishmo shlosh porach diol nami have aver shloshmo de mesanyu. Okay, further. What? Yoel. To her husband. No, because she participated with him. No, with this one. Rabbeinu Tam says it's like having relations with an animal. When he was a goy. It's nothing. That's what Rabbeinu Tam ruled. The Rivam argues. He says not. Okay, let's go further. It says on Monday that you're not permitted to marry. This is the Baraisa, but if it's an onus, my onus, what's the onus? Is it because of the goy coming, the governor? It says if there's an onus, she's permitted to get married on Sunday, okay? Onus, it says that means he shouldn't get married. But if it's an onus, it's permitted. My onus. It can't be the same thing, because before we said refer to the hegmon, the goy, as sakona. Here it's onus. It says it's permitted. The Amri Saratsov Bolir. They said that the general's coming to the city. What's the general? And therefore, all the food that they're going to prepare, they're going to eat up anyway. So you're not going to have food for the wedding in either case, right? So if it's an onus where you're accomplishing nothing by delaying till Wednesday, because the only reason why you're delaying is because of the food issue. So if the Saratz, the general's coming with the soldiers to the city, there's no food. Right? If he's going and going to leave, he's going to come and leave. So okay, so he delayed a wedding for a week, so, right? He's going to come and go. So this week you won't have food. Next week you'll have food. Right? He's staying. He's coming and he's going to stay. So if that's the case, what's the point of preparing for the wedding? Samara says, "Da'asi v'kova begimel." So the Gemara Bekova begimel biol lichnos. Why get married on Monday? Get married on Tuesday. At least you'll have an extra day of preparation. So Gemara says, as parvo di day begimel kosu. You hear this? Even though he comes on Wednesday, but his entourage comes earlier to prepare for him. So therefore, Tuesday is the equivalent of Wednesday. So therefore, you have to you push it back to Monday. 1 second. B'cholef la'achar revi la'akev ad yom revi shel Shabbos Sabot b'shlish lichnos loma nata lo likdom kol kach shlo yatchich besuda liyom echod mi'akra takonte d'shoktu. So that Gemara says is parvudi day. Chel mishosav ha'machinim lo tzorchi suda. Right, his entourage will prepare for all his needs. Therefore, that's the reason why you have it on Monday. When it says why is it Monday? Well, it should be Sunday, not Monday. Right? Because now if you're getting married on Monday, no, so then you have a problem. Because now what happens if you find she's not a virgin? Right? You understand? Versus let it be Tuesday, but you have a problem. I mean, once, if it's a question, she may be found out to be an adulteress. And if you're going to delay it, he's going to remain with her. So we're questioning, what's more important, having the Suda or having him living with a woman who's an adulteress? You understand what's bothering you? Right. If it's Wednesday or Sunday, of course Wednesday is better because you have both. You have the cake and eat it. You have the wedding prepared properly. And if he finds she's not a virgin, he'll come Thursday morning. But we can't have it on Wednesday, push it back to Tuesday. But if you have it on Tuesday, so you have 2 days of preparation. Right? You have 2 days of preparation. What are you accomplishing? So even though you can have more days of preparation, but what about if she's found out she's not a virgin? And he's going to end up with her. So pass on the wedding meal and do it on Sunday, and because he's dealing with a doraisa, right? She may have committed adultery. Yeah. It's not a sakana. No, it doesn't say sakana. It says ones. So he says they get married on Monday. But if you get married on Monday, what are we accomplishing? What happens if he finds out she's not a virgin on Monday?
So which is worse, to be occupied by the army?
And forget about the army, not the army. The army, no.
What's the scenario?
The army is going to take away the food.
And possibly rape the women?
No, they're not raping women. The only one rapes the woman is the hegmon, is this goy who comes. Right? Because the hegmon is called sakana. This is called ones.
Okay.
Right? So I'm asking. So how do you allow her to get married on Monday? What happens if he finds out to be a virgin? Right. So the earliest time you go to business is on Thursday. So you got a problem. It's too much of a delay. So the answer is because at least you'll prepare an extra day for the wedding. So what? That's an answer. But what are we pitting what against what? She may be an adulteress, but you're not going to have a wedding. So forget about the wedding. Forget about the wedding meal. Get married on Sunday. Prepare a little bit you'll have. And at least if she's found out not to be a virgin, he'll come on Monday morning to Bezdin.
So it sounds like from here, maybe it's not the most important thing. If they say you can get married on a Sunday.
I'm not sure. No, what you're saying doesn't answer the question at all. Okay? Ibo say, my machmason is kiritonig. What's machmason is? Has nothing to do with the goy. Everything was prepared. The bread was baked. The animal was slaughtered. The enu mozuk. Umeis oviv shel choson on ima shel kalo. You know what happens? Wedding's prepared. And then the father of the chosno kala died. This pre-burial. So what are they? They're a no-name. So if you're going to bury the person, what happens? They become available. Avil is not permitted to get married. They're not permitted to get married. So you take the corpse, put him in a room, delay the burial, L'cherev v'sachosin v'zakal l'chuppah. You bring them to chuppah. Ubol bilas mitzvah, and he goes and he consummates the marriage. Uporesh, and then he separates. Well, uporesh, because like a regular time, a person has relations with his wife, she's a virgin. He has to, right, because you have to conduct yourself like she's a nida. V'noig shivas yemei mishter, and you celebrate 7 days of mishter. So he says, Rashi says, and they'll have the burial. So now he's an avil. So if he's an avil, how is he permitted to celebrate? Very simple. Since this Shivas Yemei Mishnah preceded the avelus, so the avelus doesn't take effect right away. Right? Doesn't allow it to take effect. Noeg Shivas Yemei Mishnah, V'achar Noeg Shivas Yemei avelus. Right? V'cholosla Yomim, Hu Yoshim Iranoshim, V'yishenim Anoshim. We don't allow them to be together. Why? Because since they're not permitted to cohabit together, right? They're not permitted. 1 second. But whatever cosmetics that she has to make herself, we allow. So Rashi says, Ovel's not permitted. Right? It's like Shabbos. Person's not permitted to display avelus on Shabbos outwardly, but what about something on a private level? He's not permitted. So here also, Shivas Yemei Mishnah celebration, you have celebration. But the cohabitation, that's not permitted. Dainu Yisro Tash Mishkel Kamon, Mon Bishul Avelus, Ein Osno Leo, Tachshiteo, Shul Tizgan Al Balo, because we're afraid if she's not going to be made up properly, she'll lose favor in the eyes of her husband, so that we allow. Okay, why? Why only them do we allow the wedding to hold up the burial? It's very important. Who provides the wedding? The father of the chos and the kala. What about a brother died? Right, some other which causes them to be an ovil, right? So you know something? This food get distributed to the poor. Next week, the father and mother, they'll make a new wedding. Here, with the mother of the father, with the mother, the kala dies. So they are the ones who, they make the wedding. So what's going to be next week? There's not going to be anybody to assume the responsibility. So it's the lekinish to torchlu. But what about if it would be the mother of the chosin and the father of the kala? Then also not. We're not going to allow it. Why? Because the father is the one who prepares the meal, and the mother gets the woman ready for the wedding. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. 1 second. Does he say, I have difficulty over here. The halach is, let's say a person becomes an other. He's not permitted to be with his wife in the same room. It says, during this time, he sleeps among the men, she sleeps among the women. We don't let them to be together because he may cohabit with her. But he already had relations with her once. It says, he's bo bilas mitzvah, then he's porish. If a woman becomes a nida where he never had relations with the wife, there's a concern, we don't let them be together because they were never together. But over here, they were together. So what do you mean? So why are we concerned he's going to have relations with her? Right? He already had relations with her. But every man's married to a woman. And then he becomes an novel. We don't let them be in the same room together by themselves. So why? Let's be concerned he may have relations. The answer, because they already had relations before. Here also, he had relations with her. So why are we concerned he may have relations a second time? He's already satisfied. He already was involved with this woman. So we're not concerned. Let's see. ודווקא לוביב של חוסן היא משקלו, דלקי נשת תורחלו, אבל ליבחלו, אומר רפם בר פפו, רב חיסלו, שנוסה מים, al gabi boser, it's only if already they put water on the meat, which means the meat's going to spoil. Avul nosa mayim al gabi boser, bizdabi, you sell it. Once you soak the meat, then you can't sell it any longer. Because you say, no, you sell it off, you'll have the money next week, you make the wedding next week. But if this food is going to go to waste, is going to spoil, because you can't sell it, and the father died, so who's going to make the wedding next week after the Avelus? Right? Rega. Agabi Bosim, Amar Rava Ubikrach. What about if you live in a big city? You're not living in a village. In a village, there may not be somebody here. So when people buy, they buy that it should have lasting value. But let's say you live in a big city. Even if you'll find a custom part, even for immediate consumption. Ubikrach, Api Shinosamayim Agabi Bosim is Dabin. Omar Papa Ubikfar. But in the Api Shinosamayim Agabi Bosim, Lom is Dabin. Rav Papa says, no, even in the village, even if you didn't put water, you can't sell it. Because there's no customers. Now, Ella, the Rav Chista, so what's the case? We're saying, in a large city, it's never a problem. In a village, even if you didn't put water, so what does Rav Chista mean? We're trying to figure out Rav Chista. Rav Chista says, when are we speaking over here that we say we don't delay the wedding? Is you put water ready on meat. You soak the meat in water. So the Gemara, so what's his name says? Rava says, but it's a large city, it's not a problem. And Rav Papa says it's a village, it is a problem, even if you didn't put. So what is Rav Chista speaking about? What is he speaking about? Rav Chista Rav Ashi going Masa Mechasio. Yeah. Masa Mechasio was a city. The Mafke Mikrach, it was less than a large city. You got it? Umafke Mikfar, but it was larger than a village. So therefore, if you didn't put water on it, you'll find a customer. If you put water on it, you're not going to find somebody for immediate consumption because Masa Mechasio is not a large enough community. Tanya Kovasid Rav Chista, we have a brisa that supports Rav Chista. Hareisha Hoya Pito Afuyo. It says in the brisa, if the bread was baked, tavuach, and the animal was slaughtered, the Yedo Mozuk, and the wine was diluted, V'nosamayim al Gabi Boser, Umes Oviv, Shal Chosno Ima Shal Kalo, Machnisin Sames, it says explicitly, and they already put water on the meat, so the meat will not last. It's going to spoil more quickly. Machnisin Sames v'cheder v'zachosin v'zakal l'chuba bo bilas mitzu poirish v'noig shivs me mishte v'akach noig shivs me avelus kolosin yomim hu yoshim min anoshim v'ishtu yisheni ban anoshim v'chein, and also where do we find that we separate them? We don't let them to be together. Misha bis ishto nido. If, let's say, she became a nido, no. If a woman became a nido, who yoshim ben anoshim, yisheni ben anoshim, ve'imonim min hatarshitin, mimone tarshitin min hakalo, kolo lamed for 30 days, but benkach lo yivol, lo be'erev Shabbos, lo motzei Shabbos. He should not have relations on erev Shabbos, like we said before, because of chabura, and not motzei Shabbos. One second. So as we explained, when it says, Yoshmi Anoshvi, Yishedim Anoshin, it can't be speaking where he had relations with her. Right? If a man had relations with the wife, we're not afraid he can't control himself. It's only if they never had relations. So it says here, Bol Bilas, no, but it says he has relations, and then you conduct a Shevish Mishtep, and you separate them. The case is separated if not speaking where he had relations with her. And if they didn't have relations, for whatever reason, then they have to be separate. And the same thing is true by Nido. A man goes under the chuppah, and before they go into Yichud, she menstruates. So for that 7-day period, you have to separate them. Because he never had relations with his wife. That's what he's saying. Omar hu yoshbi and anoshi, shenim and anoshim, Sayyidli Rabbi Yochanan, Dom Rabbi Yochanan, Afa pi she'omru ein avelus b'moed. Although you're not permitted openly to display avelus on Yom Tiv, avudvarm shetzina noig, but on a private level, like cohabitation, that a person has to keep. Dosh Rav Yosef, the Rava, Mishmei the Rava, Rav Yosef, the son of Rava, said the name of Rava, Loshen Elo Shalobal. He's going to explain. That the Bryce that you separate them, it's only if the marriage wasn't consummated. Avol Baal Ishto, Avol Baal, but if he had relations, Ishto Yishenimo. I Vocha de Baal Askin was speaking of Baal. It says, Baal Bilas Mitzu Poresh, and he says no. Tonu Yoshvi and Anoshim Yisheni Ben Anoshim. Ki komar apirsa ishto nido. That it says that he separated, that's where she became a menstruant. It doesn't say, it says, and also by, so we're separating both of them. It says also if she should be a nido, who yoshvin noshvi should sheni beran noshim. Remember the avelus kilule minido. So we're saying a person takes avelus more likely. Nido, we're saying when is he not permitted to be with her? That's only if he didn't have relations. But avelus, even if he had relations, we don't allow them. So that means a person treats avelus more lightly. We don't trust him. Nido, we do trust him if he had bia. Right? A woman, she's responsible to do certain things for her husband, chores. She does for her husband. Chutz is part of Yod Raglo. She cannot dilute his wine. She cannot make his bed in his presence and bring water for him to wash his face, because that evokes a certain, that's like an act of intimacy. Because that's something only the wife does. Although a person can't force his wife to put on cosmetics when she's in avelo, she's permitted to what? To dilute his wine. So we see over here that we're more concerned about nido, that a person takes nido more likely than avelus. And they were saying the opposite. Avelus, we don't allow them to be together. But nido, we do allow them to be together. Lokasha. Kamba avelus didei, kamba avelus dido. We're differentiating what he's the ovel or she's the avelo. It's going on the other issues, not on do we differentiate whether she's the avel or he's the avel? It says Misha meis chomov, if the person's father dies, or chamos or his mother, he can't force his wife to put on cosmetics, lios pokeses, to make her hair up, elakofe mitoso, he has to put his bed upright to show that he's not going to sleep in bed. He has to conduct himself as he's an ovel. So tini avelus didei hu yoshein bein anoshim bishtu sheni bein anoshim. If he's the ovel, that's when they have to separate. But if she's the avela, they don't have to separate. They don't. Why? Because she's not going to allow it. She's not going to allow it because she's in a state of mind. Because a man is more easily aroused than a woman. Yeah. When does the husband have to conduct himself like an ovel? That's only in her presence. That means when he's in the house, lo bapa, unless he goes out of the house, he goes back on his shoes. Lo tzinig avilusa. Ravashi oma mi kadames avilusa dochla avilusa dalmo. Vils de almo chamir velo osi luzuli bay. Vils de hoche kaven akilu bay rabono osi luzuli bay. My kulo. Now he says something interesting. He says, normally by avelos, a man has his wife. Okay? A person, we don't differentiate whether it's avelus, which is drabonon, or neither. Same thing. Why? Because the person sees, will we ever lenient with him? Here we have a man, the person dies, you see, get married, celebrate the marriage, and then we'll talk about avelus. So what do we mean? So the person sees he already has like a loophole. He feels, you see, we're not taking this seriously. So therefore, since we don't take it seriously, we're concerned, he may actually have relations with her. Because he sees we're dealing with him lightly. But regular avelus, the avel sees he has to abide by all the laws. There are no leniencies here. Therefore, he wouldn't even consider having relations. There's no way even to rationalize, to justify having relations with his wife. But over here, he has a basis to rationalize and justify having relations. So the Gemara says, my kula, what kula do we find by a choson? Is it because we allow him to have relations? Avelus doesn't happen. Ovel is not permitted to cohabit. That's only after the burial. So what's the leniency? Either Rebbe Lezer Achiyetze Mipesach Habayis, when you take the corpse out of the house, that's when the Avela starts. Either Rabbi Shua Achiyosam Gold Ale, that's only once the grave is closed. Elektori Noach Shiva Yimei Mishter. So what's the leniency? Because we say that 7 days of celebration take priority over the 7 days of Avelos. So once the man sees, you see, it's a party week. This is a party week. What's he going to say? So why can't I have relations? That's a leniency. Therefore, okay, we'll stop here.